to our Toastmaster who will introduce our speakers, and that is Jamie. Go ahead, take it, Jamie.
Thank you so much, George. I appreciate you introducing everyone's role. Okay, everybody, here's the moment. Edward, you ready?
I'm
ready.
Have
this amazing bio on AAKP, so I'm going to read a little bit about it, and then you're going to take it away. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mr. Hickey is an attorney with Old Melvey and Myers, an international 800 lawyer firm with 15 offices in the world's financial and political centers. He is a member of the litigation department and a director of the firm's e-discovery staff attorneys, a role in which he leads all staff attorneys and operations firm-wide. He served as an infantry member, infantry officer in the U.S. Marine Corps, as a lieutenant with postings in Quantico and Camp Pendleton. His distinguished public service career includes posts on Capitol Hill as administrative assistant, as a special assistant to the United States Department of Commerce, and following the terror attacks in September 11th, as a senior advisor for Homeland Security for the director of the Office of Personnel Management under President George Bush. At OPM, Mr. Hickey also served as a liaison to the Veteran Office of Personnel Management and let's see here, service associations nationwide, including the Veterans Affairs of America, the AMVETS, and Veterans of Foreign Wars in the American Legion. And I believe his speech tonight is titled, AAKP and Veterans, A Path Forward. So, Mr. Hickey, I would love, and I'm sure everyone else, to hear what you have to give to us tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie. I appreciate it. And Bobby and Laurel and Shobha and George, it's fascinating to learn what you have lined up and all of the rules, and hopefully I'll be able to follow them as closely as I can. Pardon me if I step over the line, but this is a little bit new to me. I appreciate the theme as well, Laurel. Service is something that means a lot to me and my family, and to the people at AAKP, because what we try to do is serve kidney patients every day and improve the lives of kidney patients and their families. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. As you heard, my name is Edward Hickey, and I am the president of the American Association of Kidney Patients, the nation's oldest and largest fully independent patient-led kidney patient organization. AAKP was founded by kidney patients for kidney patients and remains run by kidney patients to this day. Our mission is to improve the lives of kidney patients through education, advocacy, patient engagement, and the fostering of kidney patient communities. At AAKP, we work to ensure that patients have a central role in the research and innovation process so that unmet needs are identified and unique patient insights and lived experiences fully inform the research and product development lifecycle. This includes research, clinical trials, regulatory action, and payment decisions by government agencies. Personally, I'm a kidney patient experienced care partner and advocate due to a long history of kidney disease within my family. As Jamie told you, I'm a former Marine Corps infantry officer with a public service career up on Capitol Hill and in appointed service under 2 U.S. presidents. Throughout my career, I've developed a deep understanding of how federal cabinet agencies, including the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and its many programs, impact long-term healthcare research and innovations in diagnostics, drugs, and devices. And as you also heard, currently I'm a practicing attorney in Los Angeles, and I'm active in the armed forces legal community here, working locally with the Veterans Legal Service Project of the LA County Bar Association and nationally to support the legal needs of active duty military personnel, reservists, and our veterans. Over the past decade, I and other AAKP leaders have invested significant time in aiding the U.S. Department of Defense in their medical research programs. I've served as a DoD peer reviewer and am very involved in advocating on Capitol Hill for more funding for healthcare research and programs so the VA and the Department of Defense can continue their fine work. I'm also chair of AAKP's Veterans Health Initiative, and within the kidney community sit on the executive committee of 2 clinical trials through the VA, and I'm a member of the American Board of Internal Medicine. AAKP's Veterans Health Initiative is designed to advance research, innovation, and policies aimed at safeguarding the highest standards in kidney care and treatment for veterans managing kidney disease, both inside and outside the VA medical system. AAKP utilizes sophisticated social media and grassroots technologies to engage patients, medical professionals, and the public, and to voice their concerns among policymakers. Veterans and their families face many unique challenges related to managing their health care, and this is especially true for veterans who suffer from kidney and other complex chronic diseases. AAKP is committed to making its fellow veterans have their voices heard, retain access to care that they have earned and to which they are legally entitled at the VA and elsewhere, and benefit from new research and innovations in biologics, diagnostics, and devices. Additionally, AAKP's nonpartisan national strategy calls for AAKP's ongoing and substantive involvement across the federal government, including both within the congressional branch and the executive branch. Our advocacy work before Congress is very well known, and we have championed legislation to benefit kidney patients since our founding in 1969. But AAKP has an equally long and impressive history of working across multiple federal cabinet agencies, as well as beyond the Department of Health and Human Services to advance kidney health and innovation. AAKP and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs have a shared mission of providing people facing kidney-related issues now and in the future with access to the best research and healthcare innovations in the world to manage their conditions. As partners, AAKP and the VA have worked closely on multiple issues related to this mission over the past several decades. In 2023, AAKP announced a new partnership with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. The formal collaboration aimed to improve health outcomes and enhance the overall quality of life for veterans with kidney diseases, and is facilitated under the Veterans Health Administration's National Center for Healthcare Advancement and Partnerships. In addition to supporting our nation's heroes and military families as they navigate a diagnosis of kidney disease, AAKP services kidney patients across the disease spectrum, including those with risk factors for kidney disease, individuals with early stage kidney disease, to individuals with end-stage kidney disease and kidney failure requiring a form of kidney replacement therapy, such as dialysis or a kidney transplant. AAKP is proud to represent the largest base of kidney patient consumers and their care partners. AAKP fights for early disease detection and appropriate diagnosis of rare and genetic conditions, increased kidney transplantation and preemptive transplantation, full patient choice of either in-center or home dialysis, protection of the patient-physician relationship, promotion and research and innovation, including artificial and implantable kidneys and xenotransplantation, and the elimination of barriers for patient access to available treatment options. At AAKP, we first educate patients and caregivers on important issues so patients can better understand their condition and make informed decisions on their care options, which align with their life's goals and aspirations. AAKP is a recognized leader for patient-centered education, continually developing high-quality, professionally written, edited, and reviewed material. Second, we advocate for policies that improve treatment and extend life for kidney disease patients, always defending patient choice. AAKP has been the independent voice, advocating for improved access to high-quality health care through regulatory and legislative reform at the federal level. The association's work has improved long-term outcomes in both quality of health and the ability for patients and family members affected by kidney disease to lead a more productive and meaningful life. Third, we define patient engagement as a substantive tool to impact policy and health outcomes. Fourth, community. AAKP is leading the effort to bring kidney patients together to promote community conversations and to seek out services that help maximize patients' everyday lives. Since 1969, AAKP has been a patient-led organization driving policy discussions on patient care choice and medical innovation. And as I previously shared, in 2018, AAKP launched its Veterans Health Initiative to advance research, innovation, and policies aimed at safeguarding the highest standards in kidney care and treatment for veterans managing kidney disease. And in 2018, AAKP established the first and largest U.S. kidney voter registration program called Kidney Voters. In 2019, AAKP stood up the AAKP Global, which expanded the organization's reach internationally. In 2022, AAKP launched its Patient Voice, Patient Choice initiative, which provides an interactive platform patients and care partners can use to quickly identify current issues impacting care choice and treatment. And in 2023, AAKP launched its AAKP Intergalactic to bring the latest in kidney-related space medicine. The following programs and efforts are also key to AAKP's service to the kidney patient community: the association's website, its social media platforms, and other digital communication tactics. AAKP's ambassador initiative, both national and international, which include our most engaged volunteers like Bobby, who are seasoned experts on kidney disease, dialysis, transplant, and living kidney donation. Ambassadors utilize their personal experiences and professional skills to contribute to both the AAKP mission and the larger kidney community based on their desire to serve a cause larger than themselves. And AAKP's signature programs, including its Global Summit on Kidney Disease Innovations, AAKP's Public Policy Summit and Policy Roundtables, which we just had 2 weeks ago, and AAKP's National Patient Meeting, which we had in Florida earlier in September. And finally, I would like to send you off with a reminder that AAKP remains the largest independent kidney patient group in the United States with a growing international presence. We've been an independent and trusted source of objective information, and we believe that the best treatment includes the right treatment for the right patient at the right time. And furthermore, that the right treatment is in alignment with the patient's hopes, dreams, and aspirations. To become involved in AAKP, please consider joining us at no charge at aakp.org. By adding your voice to ours, we can improve kidney care for those suffering from this condition and those yet to be diagnosed. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, and thank you all for giving me the opportunity to talk about service. Shobha, Jamie, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Edward. That was amazing. I actually met you. I don't think you might remember, but I was first introduced to you at a conference in DC, and I spoke to you afterward.
Oh, wow.
Hallway. I don't know if you remember. We talked about.
Sure, I do. Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that the whole thing was free to attend. So we do have 3 new members on here, and I highly suggest that you join. I think Shobha or somebody could put it in the chat how to join American Association of Kidney Patients and become a member. And if there happens to be any conferences in your area, I definitely recommend attending them too, because I had a wonderful time.
And if you check out our website, it's aakp.org. It has information for folks dealing with kidney disease, for caregivers. It has recipes, ways to get involved, or just to educate yourself on the issues surrounding kidney disease. So it's wonderful. And again, thank you. I appreciate Bobby and Shobha reaching out, and Jamie for the wonderful introduction.
Sure. Shobha, I was gonna say, if we have any time, Shobha, do we have a time for a few questions?
Yeah, sure. Actually,
okay.
We have quite a few minutes.
Okay. Give me
finish within 10 minutes, so we have a lot of time.
Okay, excellent. Okay, go ahead. Bobby, you said that you raised.
Yes, I had a question, Edward. I was wondering, I know that I'm like a really big advocate for patients, kidney patients all over, and occasionally I do run across veterans when I'm doing my advocacy or tabling events. And I'd like to know if the AAKP, with their relationship with the VA, do they promote or introduce the veterans to the Veterans Health Initiative that the AAKP has undertaken? And also, the second part to that is, when we come across a veteran, what's the best way to get information to them as a resource for the AAKP? Just simply refer them back to the AAKP, or should we refer them to the Veterans Health Initiative or not the Veterans Health Initiative, but the VA to find information on? But if we wanted to carry the flag for this particular thing to help our veterans, how would we best go about doing that?
So thanks, Bobby. I would say refer them to AKP. If you run into a veteran, first ask whether they are being treated by the VA, actively treated, or in the VA healthcare system, because the VA healthcare system is more developed and sophisticated than probably most kidney care organizations in the country, and they are at the forefront of research. They're very they have an aging population and to a certain extent, and so they're dealing with kidney disease more frequently, and they're very aware of current issues and current research. So we can introduce them to wherever they are located geographically. We can get them involved with the appropriate people at the VA, or at least make contact with the appropriate people. We're very close with the leadership in the nephrology departments at the various VA hospitals, and as you heard, we participate in research and a lot of studies with the VA. So I would say reach out to AAKP. There's an info@aakp.org email, and if you send that, it'll get to me or somebody else who's involved in the Veterans Health Initiative, and then we can make the appropriate introductions to the VA. So,
Thank you so much. Here in Pittsburgh, we have a Veterans Administration Center that actually does do kidney transplants. And the gentleman, the nephrologist there, Paul Plesnesny,
Paul is
you
one of
know
my dear
Paul?
friends. I know Paul very well. He is a
Yeah, and he's
wonderful
sort of
person.
like over the other ones too,
Sure.
right?
And he's the number 2 person within the VA structure for kidney care as well. So Paul is a great person to know. If you know, I
I
mean,
know him.
yeah, well, say hello, because
Okay, so yeah, so would he possibly be a resource too as well for the Veterans Health Initiative? You know,
absolutely, absolutely. Because Paul was one of the people who signed off on our partnership, and so he wouldn't know specifics about AAKP's internal workings for the Veterans Health Initiative, but he knows that we have the partnership and we both promote the healthcare for veterans. But Paul's a great resource no matter what. I mean, even if I wasn't a veteran, I'd want to talk to Paul.
he's a great guy. He is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you helping me and answering those questions.
Sure, Bobby. My pleasure.
Does anyone else have a question at this time, or even one of the new guests joining us? Would you like to learn a little bit more about what resources you could get from
I'd like to
AAKP?
speak.
Go ahead. Are we frozen?
So my question is, I'm thrilled about all that you are saying. Am I frozen?
You're breaking up, Cynthia.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hard. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll pass. I won't question.
Maybe we can go with someone else and come back to Cynthia.
Let's go with Nikki and then Laurel, okay? So Nikki, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Attorney Hickey. My question, my father and my cousin, he's on the line too, Daryl, his dad, they're both veterans and they're on dialysis. Do you know if they're doing transplants at the VA in Baltimore, Maryland, or either in DC at all?
I do not, I believe in DC, the VA center does transplants, but I think that they work with either GW or Georgetown. And those two hospitals do primarily do the work, but GW sends, I know GW sends transplant surgeons to the VA, and Georgetown sends transplant surgeons to the VA to work on veterans who receive kidney or other types of transplants. So, and we
Edward,
know, I mean, we know the folks at Georgetown and GW who run the programs.
Edward, Walter Reed is listed too. Is that true for a transplant?
Well, Walter Reed is, since the Gulf War has backed away a little bit from the kidney care and that kind of thing, and they've left it more to the VA hospitals, and they're focused on brain injuries or people who are coming back with more specific types of care. They've gotten more specialized, but they used to do a lot more than they do now. They're kind of they were sort of winding down that area of their service.
Thank you. Yeah, they were just listed on the the OPTN site as active, so that's why I was asking. Laura, go ahead.
I wanted to know if there is a higher incidence of kidney disease in veterans, or any pre-existing or concurrent things that happen during the military that lead people to have kidney disease.
So there is a higher incidence compared to the general population, but I don't know that a specific factor related to the service has occurred. I think that the veteran population, as it ages, has more treatment, if you will, or more people come in the care and they identify it, but the comorbidities with high blood pressure, diabetes, and those sorts of things also exist at a greater number in the veteran community. So there could be a correlation there, but not one specific factor related to service has been identified.
Thank you so much. Does anyone else have a question still?